Here in the tri-state tonight in western Kentucky, county and state officials are reacting tonight to President Trump's plan to phase out FEMA.
The president wants states to be responsible for disaster recovery, but state and local leaders fear there may not be enough money in their budgets to go around.
Eyewitness News' Ann Powell has the story.
After 46 years of helping communities recover from natural disasters, FEMA could be disappearing for good.
We want to wean off of FEMA, and we want to bring it down to the state level.
President Trump says he wants to shift the responsibility after the 2025 hurricane season, which state and county leaders say could put communities in a tight spot when disaster strikes.
We just cannot assume that kind of burden.
Kentucky State Representative J.T. Payne says the Commonwealth is already on a tight budget. According to Payne, who represents the Henderson area, FEMA gets around $30 billion a year, whereas the state sets aside $100 million on the biannual budget to help when communities don't qualify for FEMA or to help until FEMA gets there.
Any type of burden that we receive from a change in federal policy, we have to reflect that by either finding ways to increase revenue or cutting somewhere else in the budget.
Hopkins County Judge Executive Jack Whitfield says he's on board with phasing out FEMA if there's additional state and local funding.
After the 21 tornado, we had $16 million in infrastructure damage. We would be bankrupt if we didn't have help with that, and FEMA was able to come through there.
Whitfield says it is hard to get FEMA assistance, and sometimes it hinders the recovery process.
FEMA's not known for being the most efficient organization. The bureaucrat process can be very difficult to work through.
In Reed, Kentucky, Cassie Minton lost everything in April's historical flooding and says it took a while to get federal assistance. She was unable to interview today and tells us phasing out is not the answer. She says it needs to be reformed, and both Whitfield and State Representative Payne agree.
There is much that could be improved with the FEMA process, and maybe this will be part of that.
In Henderson, Ann Powell, Eyewitness News.